Time Saver Traffic with Keith Callan. Morning and evenings only on Fox 5.
Hello, I'm Maureen O'Boyle, and this is Extra. This is Paula Jones, and this is her sister. Paula isn't talking, but her sister is. Find out what she has to say about Paula's encounter with Bill Clinton.
She thought that this would just all be settled right here, that she would get her money.
It was supposed to be Hollywood's biggest comeback. Burt Reynolds back in action, back in the spotlight. But then his luck ran out. First, no Oscar, now more bad news. Burt's big problem. Jerry Springer is under fire. His show is too hot for one city, and now Jerry is paying the price. The drastic move a TV station was forced to take. You may remember The Jilted Bride. Now an extra exclusive. The groom speaks.
What you did was wrong. Under no circumstances do you leave the bride at the altar.
Plus, the devastating disorder that kept Kim Basinger a prisoner in her own home. And you've seen the movie, now the real Full Monty. You've got to see it to believe it. Thanks for joining us. For 4 years, Paula Jones tried to convince America the president was guilty of sexual harassment. Through it all, she wasn't able to convince her own sister, Charlotte Brown. Brown believes the entire lawsuit was a lie. Now she says Jones wasn't looking for justice, she was looking for money.
She was never offended by it. It never bothered her.
Charlotte Brown is talking about her sister's alleged encounter with Bill Clinton inside this Little Rock hotel in 1991. Former Arkansas state worker Paula Jones claims the then governor exposed himself and demanded oral sex, leaving her emotionally devastated. But Charlotte says she saw Jones right after the alleged encounter and is now painting a much different picture.
She mentioned the fact that she had met him, and she said that he exposed himself and asked her to perform oral sex, but she refused. The way that she was saying this was in an exciting type of way.
Charlotte and her husband Mark, who live in the 60-foot trailer outside Little Rock, believe Jones's lawsuit was backed by greed.
She loved money, and that's what brought all this stuff on.
She tried to date guys that come from families that had money.
Jones, who was besieged by photographers as she left her Long Beach, California apartment yesterday, has described Charlotte and Mark Brown's claims as, quote, unbelievable lies. But they insist it's Jones who's lying.
Paula's never been sexually harassed. Hellfire, the woman enjoyed sex. Big.
It's those kinds of comments that have widened the rift between Paula Jones and these relatives. They used to be a close-knit family, but now the Browns don't expect the wounds will heal.
I don't see our family ever being a family again.
In yesterday's Extra Opinion poll, we asked, do you think the president is guilty of sexual harassment in the Paula Jones case? With over 9,000 responses, the votes were nearly split. 52% of you said yes, the president is guilty. 48% said he is not. Burt Reynolds is having the kind of year actors dream about, but success just isn't paying off. Burt is bankrupt, millions of dollars in debt. And as Suzanne Rico reports, it wasn't long ago he was celebrating a return to glory.
Burt Reynolds had reason to beam at the Oscars. He was up for Best Supporting Actor and had already won a Golden Globe Award for Boogie Nights. But Burt's casual smile may have masked an inner pain. Reynolds may lose his most prized possession, this sprawling 160-acre ranch in Jupiter, Florida. The reason? He's in the red.
It seems that Burt made some bad investments and they caught up with him.
Celebrity journalist Jeannie Wolf says bankruptcy has forced Burt to put his $5 million estate up for sale. It sounds unbelievable for this actor who's made a comeback with movies such as Striptease. But he only bagged $200,000 for that film.
What you can't expect is that he'll get the kind of salaries that Bruce Willis and Mel Gibson and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Cruise get.
And that means Burt won't make the millions he did in his Smokey and the Bandit days. Money troubles began when 2 restaurants went belly up in the early 90s. He also pays ex-wife Lonnie Anderson $26,000 a month in alimony and child support for son Quentin. And CBS is demanding he pay back a multi-million-dollar loan. But despite all the problems, Wolf says Burt is determined to get back on his financial feet.
Don't expect Burt to go down with the ranch.
Well, Burt is back on the job. He's currently shooting a movie in Canada, and later this month he will begin work on a television trilogy called Hard Time. It is official, Michael Jackson and Debbie Rowe have had number 2 baby. Extras learned a baby girl named Paris Michael Catherine Jackson arrived this morning at the Spalding Payne Medical Center in Beverly Hills. The baby weighed 7 pounds 7 ounces and joins brother Prince, who celebrated his first birthday in February. This chopper crashed on the way back from a rescue. This man cheated death.
Do you feel lucky to be here?
Yeah, I guess I should feel lucky.
Next, an extra survivor story. This pilot speaks about his doomed mission and shares an emotional farewell to his fallen comrades. By day, they drive taxis, but at night, they go into overdrive.
The most exciting thing we've seen in this town in a long time.
I enjoyed that. Very good. Very good. Hope nobody tells me I was funny.
Still ahead, if you thought the movie was funny, wait until you see the real Full Monty.
Bobby, looks like you found a home in Bakersville. Holy Toledo, Bob. You've been traded to the Torpedoes. They love you.
Just because you're always on the go
Shreveport, Bobby, Shreveport. It's a good trade, kid.
doesn't mean you can't take along the KFC chicken you crave. Pick up boneless all-white meat Colonel strips. For a limited time, grab 3 crispy strips, wedges, and a Pepsi for just $2.99. They're ready to go when you are.
2 words, Bob. Kinitsu carp.
Isn't it time for some really good chicken?
Coming up, why Kim Basinger was afraid to leave home, plus the Springer backlash. One town says, save the children. Coming up, why Kim Basinger was afraid to leave home, plus the Springer backlash. One town says, save the children.
Billy wants to work on airplanes when he grows up. Maybe one that you fly in. Now, would you like this free booklet of simple ways you can help improve his education? Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
Hi, folks. We're closed right now here at Atlanta Toyota, but 7 days a week, you'll be completely satisfied when you buy a quality pre-owned vehicle.
Boy, that's the truth, Angie. Great selection, great savings, great service after the sale, great prices, all clearly marked on every one of these used cars. Here's a typical example, 95 Camry LE for only $12,966, or a 1995 Camry DX. This has automatic air, power windows, and more for $11,966. Here's a 98 Corolla with automatic air conditioning, power windows, and power locks for only $13,966 for a 98 model. 95 through sale for $79,666. A 97 Honda Accord, this is the 4-door LX, $14,966. 96 Mustang has the V6, much more for $12,466. Now, I've got a couple of 1995 Firebirds, got a black one and a silver one. This one with glass T-tops, both of these just $11,966 right here at Atlanta Toyota. 95 Camaro RS for $10,966, or a 95 Mazda MX-6 for only $10,966.
Remember, you can see all this inventory on the web at atlantatoyota.com.
How do you get to fox5atlanta.com?
You just go on there and point and click, get in there, talk about www.w.com. You go click, 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 click.
You heard him. fox5atlanta.com.
Click, 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 click.
Just log on.
It's real easy, man.
A twisted pile of metal is all that is left of this rescue helicopter. The chopper was on a mission of mercy when it crash landed, killing 4 people. But the pilot survived, and after 10 days in a hospital, he revisits the crash site with our Phil Schumann. It's an extra survivor story.
I could have died just as well as the other guys who did. I can't tell you why I'm alive and they're dead. I don't know.
A bandaged and bruised Steve Robinson gently wheeled out of the ambulance, his first stop even before going home. The crash site, now marked by flowers, small crosses.
Why did you want to come back here?
I wanted to see what I had to deal with. I can't recall any of the incident.
The incident, March 23rd, 11-year-old Norma Vedes, a car crash victim, being airlifted to the hospital by Steve Robinson's fire department chopper, call sign Lifeguard 3. 6 minutes into the flight, something went terribly wrong. the chopper starts to spin out of control.
When the chopper started to go down, Steve could not have been in a worse area over a heavily wooded section of Los Angeles called Griffith Park. There was one chance, this small grassy area, and Steve apparently headed the chopper for that and almost made a successful emergency landing.
We were crashing. I did everything to the best of my abilities to prevent anyone from dying. I mean, that was my goal, was let's get this thing down, let's all walk away. And it's just an unfortunate circumstance that people died, and I do feel badly about it.
Norma Vides died, as did 3 firefighters, including Steve's friend, Mike McComb.
The one guy, McComb, was a buddy of mine, so I feel terrible. In fact, I broke down when I saw the funeral and it showed his picture, because that was almost more than I could take.
Do you ever feel guilt that you made it, the others didn't?
No, I really don't. I haven't felt that. I think it's just, I really don't know why I survived and why others didn't.
Steve's left eye is bloodshot from facial and skull fractures. He has a broken leg, ankle, and hand. His wife, Jennifer, will now help care for him and their 5-month-old son, Brandon. And then?
I'm going to be fine. The fact is, all this is going to heal, so I feel great.
You think you'll fly again?
Absolutely. I love to fly. That's my work. I love work.
No concerns?
Absolutely no concerns at all.
Well, investigators looking into the crash say a tiny crack in the chopper's tail section most likely caused the accident. She faced the world to win an Oscar, but Kim Basinger used to be afraid to leave her home. The star shared her fear with Barbara Walters.
Most women think that they're going crazy, but I had to reteach myself to drive, to leave the house inch by inch by inch.
Coming up, Extra has the inside story, the crippling disorder that plagued Kim. The jilted bride made national news. Nicole Contos was ditched on her wedding day. Now, for the first time, her groom explains why he did it.
I discovered that she still had feelings for another man.
And on the next Extra, Christy Brinkley is going to have another baby. But this blessing took more than Mother Nature. Christy Brinkley's new baby on the next Extra.
Fox 5 Eyewitness News at 5.
It's your 5 o'clock news.
Local and national news, exclusive reports, stories you'll see
only on Fox 5.
Breaking news, medical and consumer reports, live team coverage.
We're working for you.
Complete extensive forecasts.
Every day.
Lisa Braham, Roy Hobbs, Ken Cook.
We're here for you.
Fox 5 Eyewitness News at 5.
Just watch.
If love is your question, Psychic Talk has your answer.
Are you seeing 2 women right now?
Oh, well, you think that they won't know? They're psychics.
Carrying on these 2 relationships, you are looking at fatherhood.
Is someone pregnant now?
No way you could get that right on the money like that.
About your husband, he's a very dominating man, isn't he?
Yes. He likes to keep you subservient because he's afraid of losing you.
Right. I am very impressed to hear the ladies be right on target. Really amazes me. I just wanted to see if he has been unfaithful to me.
You already know. You've already had the evidence there. Yes, he is.
Wow, you guys are good. Is there a baby in his life? Because I just picked up that he begged her to have this baby.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Huh.
Everything that they're saying to you right now is
Everything
true?
is true.
Wow.
This is incredible. I can't believe it.
Try it yourself. We're making our best offer ever to prove to you that our psychics are real. Call now.
Call 1-800-354-6529.
Something's going on. You can see it everywhere. All across Atlanta, something's going on.
Fox.
You gotta spread the news. Something great is happening.
I'll be the judge of that.
Better check it out, 'cause something's going on.
Oh, boy.
We'll always be part of Atlanta's family. And we're growing stronger each and every day. Just watch what's happening.
Just watch.
Wow.
Don't be surprised.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Wow, come on.
Right before your eyes. Just watch what's happening.
That's good advice for anyone.
Here on Fox 5.
Just watch.
Come on and check us out. You'll have lots to talk about. Just watch what's happening.
It was the wedding that wasn't. You may remember the story of Nicole Contos. She's the jilted bride who was left stranded at the altar on the day of her $100,000 wedding. Well, now for the first time, you're about to hear the groom's side of the story. Paul Moniz has more in this extra exclusive.
What do you want to say to all of the people out there who have judged you as being, frankly, a real dog for leaving this woman at the altar?
Whilst I'm not asking for their forgiveness.
What Tassos Michael is asking is to tell his side of the story that made international headlines when he jilted fiancée Nicole Contos the day of their lavish wedding. Speaking about the issue for the first time, Tassos tells Extra the real reason why he left the blushing bride embarrassed at the altar.
I discovered that she still had feelings for another man, someone whom she had dated previously.
That's right, he says there was another man. Tassos says 3 months before the November wedding at this Greek Orthodox church, he overheard an emotional conversation.
I heard her crying on the telephone to her mother and saying how she wasn't sure whether she could marry me or whether she would be going back to him.
Tassos was stunned because the 27-year-old school teacher seemed on cloud nine. But on their one-year anniversary of their first meeting, Tassos claims Nicole met secretly with that former boyfriend near Athens.
She assured me it had been innocent. He happened to be in Athens.
None of what you bought.
Do I look like a fool to you?
Fool? Well, someone's lying. That is not the story Nicole told me when I talked to her 3 months ago on Cuervo Tequila's Caribbean island.
I believe that Tassos has a lot of problems to work out on his own.
Tassos says he was suspicious Nicole was only out for his money, so he gave her an ultimatum. At midnight before the wedding, when the bride is supposed to be in bed, Tassos demanded, as he had for weeks, that she sign a prenuptial agreement. She reluctantly inked the deal at this Italian restaurant, but Tassos says she was so furious she threatened to divorce him the moment they returned from their honeymoon.
I tell her that there's no need for her to divorce me. I'm not going to marry her the next day.
Everyone knows what happened next. As 250 guests waited, Tassos headed for the couple's honeymoon spot in Tahiti, leaving Nicole to entertain the guests at a $100,000 reception. Tassos says it was the most difficult decision of his life.
This was the woman I planned to marry. This was the woman I wished to spend the rest of my life with.
But the story has taken a bizarre turn. The day before Valentine's Day, Extra caught Nicole and Tassos in a secret rendezvous at a New York hotel. While they have discussed reconciliation, there's no fairy tale ending yet, and Tassos is still looking for his true love.
How would any woman be able to trust you again, especially when it comes to getting married?
That's a good question.
I'd like to, but I'm not going to comment on that one. Extra tried to contact Nicole, but she did not return our phone calls. As for Tassos, he had been writing a book about all of this, but now he's changed his mind and says he just wants to get on with his life. Imagine being so frightened of the outside world you become a prisoner in your own home. Kim Basinger understands that kind of terror. The Oscar-winning actress is one of thousands of Americans who suffer from agoraphobia, the fear of open spaces. David Jackson has more on this paralyzing panic disorder.
It strikes without warning. In a store, on a street, in a car.
My heart begins to race, my hands become sweaty, my head feels like it's going to explode.
Anxiety attacks so bad, they can literally make you a prisoner of your own home.
My world got smaller and smaller.
It's called agoraphobia, the fear of open spaces, a private hell made public by recent Oscar winner Kim Basinger on the Barbara Walters special.
Most women think that they're going crazy, but I had to reteach myself to drive, to leave the house inch by inch by inch, to go over bridges and through tunnels.
In fact, at one point, the beautiful actress didn't leave her house for 4 months. That was approximately 14 years ago. Kim has since recovered. But you don't have to be a celebrity to suffer. Michelle Ardito has been enduring this for 18 long years.
My thing was, I'm going to go crazy, and there'll be nobody here that can help me.
But help is available from organizations like TerrApp, which helped Kim Basinger overcome her affliction. Treatment includes therapy and sometimes traumatic field work.
Driving a car is an automatic part of virtually everybody's day, but not for Michelle. For her, each and every trip out of the garage is an adventure. Now, once a week, her therapist comes here and has her drive the streets of the neighborhood.
When I'm driving in the car, I feel like I might lose control. I might pass out.
With the help of her therapist, recovered agoraphobic Sylvia Brown, Michelle made it all the way to a nearby mall. Now she has a new, threatening world to confront.
As soon as you start feeling anxious, I want you to look down.
Okay.
Because if you look straight ahead, it's going to feel endless. You okay?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you miss in life that you'd like to be able to do?
Just going out by myself. Going wherever I want, whenever I want.
Michelle's trip to the mall is another milestone on her road to recovery, a road Kim Basinger has already been down. And when things get tough, Michelle can always look to the Oscar winner for inspiration.
An interesting note, female agoraphobics outnumber their male counterparts nearly 3-to-1. Now an extra update, a victory for child advocates in Detroit who have been taking swings at Jerry Springer's talk show. Springer's main event may bring in big ratings, but television station WDIV in Detroit is moving the show from its 4 p.m. slot back to mid-morning. The switch is good news for concerned parents who were alarmed when Springer became the second most-watched program among teens. Despite beating daytime diva Oprah Winfrey, pressure from the local city council and Board of Education convinced the station to move Jerry to an earlier time slot. We checked with the Springer folks about the move. They say they support the station's decision. In the 80s, hard-bodied hunks of Chippendales ruled the world of male stripping. But in the 90s, a hit movie called The Full Monty is creating a new sensation. Regular guys with regular bodies bearing it all. Rick Schwartz has the story behind a real-life Full Monty.
Liam, Sean, and Gary. By day, they tool their taxis around the sleepy Irish town of Derry. But as night falls, it's time for these cabbies to shift gears.
Striptease is exciting because, I mean, you have 300 women screaming at you to take off your clothes and everything else. I mean, G-strings, everything, you know. I mean, I've never been asked that in a taxi.
36-year-old Liam Healy is the gyrating gent behind Derry's Full Monty Troupe, a strip show based on the Academy Award-nominated movie.
Well, I went to the movie. I thought it was a really good idea for charity.
Inspired, Liam decided to form his own Bear As You Dare bunch. Turning to his own cab company, he asked a couple of stand-up fellas if they'd strip down for charity. But pulling at their heartstrings didn't get them into G-strings. So he tried a different approach.
Well, I got two of them drunk, and the other two basically told them I would fire them if they didn't do it.
So these brazen blokes got some tunes, tearaway trousers, and a trainer.
1, 2, 3.
Choreographer Ursula Leuvle's Herculean task, transform these laughable lugs into hip-thrusting dancers.
It's not serious dance, but you see, I think I treat it as a community project, if you want.
And Derry's entire female community is beating down the door to catch a glimpse, selling out one show after another. What's their sexy secret?
5 ordinary fellas who are not toned up, who are not bronzed, who are just the man from the street. The women love to see it.
And the ladies agree.
The most exciting thing we've seen in this town in a long time.
It's almost showtime, and it's off to the dressing rooms to tie the ties, buckle the belts, and calm the nerves.
It's terrifying, I swear to God.
It's too late to pray. The ladies are waiting. The music is pumping. It's time for these men to uncover their potential.
As the show was going on, and the jackets come off, and you know, the tie come off, the shirt come off, you know, as more come off, the wilder the crowd went. when the trousers do come off, they go mental.
My goodness, what is with the oil? I don't get that. Well, they may have big stomachs, but the strippers also have very big hearts. They've raised almost $5,000 for the Irish Wheelchair Association. We'll be right back.
I think we're lost.
What are we gonna do?
I guess one of us should ask directions.
Are you kidding? This is New York.
Carol's right. It'll only make them mad. That's funny. They all look nice to me.
When you're nice on the inside, it shows on the outside.
Go up about 3 blocks, make a right.
Honey, don't worry. We'll take you.
Hallmark Gold Crown, the store for people like you. Just out of the bag, 99-cent Easter Kids cards for kids to give and get. Right now at Hallmark Gold Crown.
The Quilted Northern Quilters.
First day?
Yes, I'm really nervous.
Don't worry, doll. Just keep quilting.
Because that's what makes Quilted Northern so absorbent.
Absorbent? I thought it was quilted to be pretty.
It's quilted to create thousands of quilted places for moisture to go.
Not like those flat as a pancake sheets made down the street. All that absorbency leaves you feeling clean.
Nice job, dear.
Thanks.
Quilted Northern, quilted to absorb.
Sonny Bono's wife is running for Congress, but her toughest opponent is Sonny's mom. It's the Bono family feud this weekend on Extra.
I don't know how we're going to pay these bills.
The accident wasn't even your fault. The insurance company should pay.
They told me I didn't need a lawyer, but all they really want me to do is sign away my rights.
You know, the law firm of Montlake & Associates helps accident victims.
But we can't afford an attorney.
We shouldn't go it alone. We pay nothing unless Montlake & Associates recovers money for us.
We should have called Montlake & Associates first. Let's call them now.
404-LAW-NEED or toll-free.
Are you single?
Yes, right now I am.
Yes, I am.
Yes, indeed.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
You just gotta be out there. You gotta play the game.
Dating in the city is kind of hard. I think it's hard everywhere.
Very tough. Pretty sick of the bar scene.
What if I told you that there's a phone service where you can listen to lots of descriptions of different single men and choose who you want to speak to? Wow. Are you single?
And are you fed up with trying to figure out how to meet people?
Then it's time to check out Private Connection.
It's the meeting place of the 90s. If you haven't tried it, go to the phone now. It's so easy.
To do that, simply call the number on your screen, and you'll be ready to get in on the fun.
There are always tons of people on the line.
It really works for me. You'll love it once you try it. Go on, give it a try.
That's what I say. Go on, give it a try.
You don't have to be lonely anymore. Create your own fun and excitement. Call the number on your screen and get your 15 minutes free right now. There's an exciting person waiting to talk to you.
Call 1-800-797-3814.
She's the elegant woman who was often at Princess Diana's side. Harper's Bazaar editor Liz Tilberis was Diana's dear friend. She's also a cancer survivor. And last month, Tilberis made headlines by crediting Diana's compassion for her speedy recovery. But tonight on Dateline, Tilberis says doctors told her husband she might not survive surgery.
As I went under the anesthetic, Dr. Latino said to Andrew, you know, we hope she's in late stage 3, but it may just be we zip her up and you take her home to die. We don't know.
Glad to see they were wrong. That's all the time we have for today. Hope to see you back here for the next Extra.
Tommy wants to design bridges when he grows up. Maybe he'll design one that you'll use. Now, would you like this free booklet of simple ways you can help improve his education? Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
Hi, Don Fowler for Kinder's Furniture. I've always heard you can't have your cake and eat it too, but at Kinder's you can today with these beautiful dining room suites with a glass top table with a filigree design. You've got to see it to believe it. Or maybe you want a mirrored back china with lights, glass shelves, doors, and drawers for storage. Only at Kinder's. Your choice, table and chairs or the china for $488. Who ever heard of a complete dining room suite for less than $1,000? Don't buy a pie in the sky. Come save the day at Kinder's. J.D. Kinder's, I-75, just south of 285 in Forest Park.
You want a program where you're going to laugh, where you're going to get angry, where you're going to learn something, this is the place to turn. If you want to sleep, watch somebody else.
In Washington, there's a new game in town, Fox News Sunday, and we don't play games. We cover politics. We don't play politics. We cover both sides. We don't take sides. We cover the news. We don't slant the news. Experienced, balanced, fair. Fox News Sunday with Tony Snow.
Sunday at 10 a.m. on Fox 5 Atlanta.
For fun and excitement,
just watch Good Day all next week.
We'll talk to actress Kathy Baker, supermodel Tyra Banks.
And from the new film No Looking Back, actor Edward Burns, plus head coach of the Lady Vols, Pat Summitt.
So get plenty of rest and we'll meet you right back here.
Fox 5 wants to remind you this Sunday clocks go forward 1 hour.